Good morning, friends. I'm out at the patio garden, and if you guys caught my last video where I planted out the GreenStalk... Rusty. If you guys caught it, everything's coming up great. So I did not keep track of what I planted where, so I honestly don't know what most of it is till it gets much bigger, but it's looking really good. So let me give you a sneak peek at what's growing. I do have the 5-row GreenStalk GreenStalk Garden Planter, and we'll just start at the top. Look at all those babies. I don't know what they are. So I planted like a ton of herbs and medicinal things. So like as I was going in that last video, I'm like, guys, you guys are going to be watching this and saying, Rachel, you already planted in there. Look, that is not what that is. So I obviously planted 2 things in that one. I'll probably separate these out because I'm not quite sure. I did plant a lot of flowers too. I'm going to see little bits coming up here. Again, 2 different things. This one has a couple little babies in it, if it can focus right there. One over there. Lots of pretties. So I think what I'm most excited about, there's one, now we're at the 2nd row, coming around. I'm super happy with these, so they water so well. So I think I've learned a couple tips though. So this one, I don't know if you guys can see in there. Let me put my finger. So here's the soil level, here's the lid. Like, let's say less than a ½ an inch. And it really does need your bowls, your watering vessels need to sit on the soil. So that one's a little low and this one's a little low. All the rest are fine. So I tend to get heavier waterings on these top 2 levels, but nothing in this one. But guys, I came out and I planted a cucumber in there so that it can grow along my porch railing. But anyway, that's I think pretty sure that's a bok choy. Yeah, so, okay, let's move down to the 3rd row. Fun stuff. Don't know what it is. More goodies. Nothing in this one. We'll be patient. I'm hoping this is dill. I don't know, but I did plant dill, so I'm hoping that's dill. I'm pretty sure that's bok choy again. There's a little something fun in there. Now down to the 4th row, I planted another cucumber here. So hopefully I can grow it then on this garden or porch fence. Lots of more goodies. See, another example where I planted 2 different things. Keep track, guys, of what you plant where. Anyway, just about everything is coming up. Oh, guys, this I'm super excited about. I'm almost positive that is. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. I'm almost positive that's oregano. I have quite a few of little containers of that. Yeah, here's another one that has a little baby, maybe oregano seed in it. Another one that's hopefully dill in there. So, yes, I'm very happy with the GreenStalk Garden Planter. I will tell you, I really wish I would have gotten the movable base because this is pretty tricky to move without it. So, and I have some exciting news because look, we have a whole nother one to plant out today with all this fun stuff. Todd did these for me, filling them up when I was out the other day, and he did a great job. All the watering vessels are sitting flush to the soil. The soil's already been watered. And when I was at the nursery the other day, when I picked up my cabbages and my Brussels sprouts and broccoli, I also picked up a bunch of herbs. And they've just been waiting patiently for the weather to be fine to plant. We have basil, 3 different varieties of basil, oregano, marjoram, stevia, I'm not going to plant those tomatoes, and rosemary. And what is this one? Okay, lots of oregano. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these out, and then I'm going to go through and put some flower mix in. I have like a couple of those bags of like pollinator wildflower mixes, and we'll see how far we get. On other exciting news though, guys, GreenStalk Gardener has reached out to us to be an affiliate for you guys to take benefit in some awesome savings. So if you buy a GreenStalk Garden Planter using the code down in the description below, and we'll pin it in the first comment for you, you get $10 off. So that's a really great savings. I know I wish I had that when I bought mine. So we're happy to pass along those savings to you. And I think you're going to find it just superior to container gardening, with the amount of space saving that you get out of it and the least amount of watering requirements. So I have my 2 basils here, and if they weren't so root bound, which they are, and I don't know if basils like their roots disturbed or not. I have like 3 in this one and 2 in this one. I was hoping I was going to separate them, but I really don't think I want to interrupt their happy life cycle. So we do need to make some space in each planter to plant some of our basil. So I'm going to have to take some of this soil mix out just to make room. And I'm using the same soil mix that I used the last time. Part peat moss, part compost, some perlite added to it, and worm castings, and a little all-purpose fertilizer. Alrighty, 1 down. And this is the Italian large leaf basil. I don't know if it's going to come up on the camera, but you're going to see that they're pretty dirty from our hands from when we filled it. And I remember thinking like, oh, I don't like the way that it looks. But my other one, after a couple rains on it, it washes completely off and it looks beautiful now. So don't let that discourage you if you get one and you find that happens. All right, all of my Italian large leaf basil is growing or planted. I'm excited about this one. Is really pretty purple ruffles. And it has a really unique smell. It's beautiful. This one is Aristotle basil. It's really pretty. Looks like it grows like a little shrub. I'm planting my oregano now, and this variety is Oregano Oreganum, and I'm almost positive this is the perennial that's going to make it for me here in Michigan. I've never had oregano over season before, and I know a lot of people have success. So one of my recent videos, I asked a viewer what variety they were growing to get it to overwinter, and I'm almost positive this is the one. So let's hope, with all hopes, that this is going to be my forever oregano. But doesn't that look great? So slight change of plans. I am still going to plant some of the wildflower mix. I think it's just going to be really pretty having flowers randomly. But guys, I have this, it's just like a makeshift gate because this deck didn't have a gate. We keep the dogs out, and it's an awesome trellis to grow on. I'm going to plant my melons up here this year. I was trying to figure out where am I going to grow melons this year in my garden space, and I couldn't figure it out. This is perfect. So I hope it really works. That's going to be awesome if it does. So yeah, so far I am absolutely thrilled. So happy that I purchased these, because like I said in my last video, I always just had like random miscellaneous pots everywhere. Now my water hose is right here. I just fill it up to the number 5 on top while I'm making all the animals' waters in the morning, and I don't have to ever worry about it. The soil stays super moist. So we are hoping for just a really great container garden this year. I always call this, by the way, my kitchen garden. So if I ever refer to it out in the garden, what my kitchen garden is, that's what this is. And then in the front landscaping bed, I have things like lavender, chives, spiderwort. So let me get some of these filled up with some wildflower mixes. And I'll take you around and give you a final look-see at what it looks like. So the two melon varieties I'm going to try growing up here is In My Gardener's Honeydew and In My Gardener's Sugar Baby. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 containers that will easily reach my fence. So that's just going to be awesome. Like I said, the other one, and I forgot to mention in the other one I planted is zucchini that I can also run on my front porch fence. So I'm just going to plant probably 3 seeds in each one, just so I can hope for a germinating melon plant. Whatever ends up growing, I'll tend to one. Okay, and the honeydew, I have successfully grown honeydew. The first year we were here, I planted melons all in my orchard, and I actually got quite a few cantaloupe and honeydews out of there. So, and I'm thinking too that maybe it gets so hot up here on the porch with the sun reflecting off this in the afternoon, and I'm thinking that will make for really hot, good growing conditions for the melons. So I have quite the mess to clean up, so just ignore that. I need to get the broom up here and sweep up my dirt, but let me take you around and show you. So again, we have the 5-row GreenStalk container garden, and it is filled with all my nursery started herbs. 2 different kinds of oregano, 3 different kinds of basil. I forgot to mention that I did get a couple rosemaries. So I have those, stevia, marjoram, and I think that's about it. I love these little oreganos though. Aren't they beautiful? They're like a little tiny shrub. And then we put in some of our wildflower mix here and there in random pots, and added suddenly at the last minute some amazing melons. So I really hope that works, because that might be my annual solution to growing melons here. I think if I had the wheels on this one, I might change its position. It would be a little tricky now, but I have one over here in this corner. I think I would have preferred having the other one right here. I know why I put it here, just because it's convenient for watering. And I'm almost positive Todd said I should put it here, and I said no. And I think he was right. So I might see if we can't get a dolly underneath it and move it. Look at that reflection. Isn't that pretty? So thanks guys for watching. And a reminder, I'm going to leave the discount code, $10 off guys, off of GreenStalk Gardener in the description and the first comment on this video. So I will let you know it is an investment. They are not cheap, but they are well worth the money. They are so well made. It's an American company. It's not cheap plastic from China that's been shipped over here and is going to break apart on you in a couple years. These things are built to last. So follow me along this year on my new vertical gardening in my kitchen garden. And stay tuned, because later this afternoon I'm heading out to the big garden and we are getting some serious planting going on.